So this is 5.1, and we're going to talk about raising a product to a power and raising a quotient to a power. So the first one is raise a product, which is multiplication, to a power. Okay, product is multiplication. And the basics of that is you have a base multiplied by another base to the nth power. And so that n actually goes to both exponents. So that's really a to the n multiplied by b to the n. And so some examples might be this, where you have 3x, and that's to the power of, let's say, 3. So that means the 3 is going to go to everything. So that means it's 3 times 3 times 3 times x, x, and x. So we have what? 27x to the third. Okay? Let's take a look at another one. Let's say it's negative 2x to the power, let's make x a power of 2. And also on the outside is 3. So again, we have 3 of the negative 2x to the seconds. So that's negative 2x second multiplied by negative x second and multiplied by negative 2x second. So a negative times a negative times a negative is negative 8, because 2 times 2 is 9. And then we add up all the exponents, so that's x to the 6th. So these are the understanding of these types of problems. If you have a problem like 4 multiplied by x squared y to the, let's say it's to the third, and that's to the 5th. Again, we have 5 of these. So that means 5 times 2 and 5 times the 3. So that's 4x. 2 times 5 is 10. And y is 3 times 5, which is 15. So the 5 doesn't go to the 4 because the 4 is not inside the parentheses. So these are examples of raising a product to a power. So let's take a look at raising a quotient to a power. So let's go raise a quotient to a power. And again, quotient means division, is what that's talking about. So the basic general form is a divided by b, and it's all in case to the n. Now that n, of course, just like before, it goes to the a, and it also goes to the b. So that becomes a to the n over b to the n. And this is the basic understanding, as long as b does not equal 0. Can't have that. Right? So let's look at some basic examples. We have 2 over 3, and that's to the, let's say that's to the third power. So that becomes 2 to the third divided by 3. Oops. Let's undo that. 3 to the third. Okay? And so now you have 8, because 2 to the third is 8, and 3 to the third is 27. Okay? And let's take a look at with variables. Let's say it's a over b, and that's to the power of 9. Well, that would just mean that the 9 goes to the a and the b. So that's a to the 9th over b to the 9th. Okay? And then one more, we have a plus b, and that's all divided by 5. Okay, I think it's the buttons on my pen that I use, I bump it. And that's all raised to, let's say, the second. Okay? And so in this case, we have 2 of these, to the second power, so I've got two of them. A plus B over 5 and A plus B over 5. Now this one always troubles students, but let's make sure we see this. All this gets multiplied by all this. So we really have two of them. A plus B to the second, and the bottom is just 5 times 5, which is 25. And so in this case, if you want to put this in more of a standard form, you have to multiply that out. So again, let's do that. If you want to see it, we have A times A, which is A squared. We have A times B, which is AB. And then we have, again, B times A, which is the same thing as the A times B. So that means that's going to be 2, because I have two of them. And then we have B times B, which is B squared. And that's all over 25. So you could write it this way. This is what I think the homework and quizzes are going to have you do. This will come later, okay? But I figured most people want to see what it really looks like in the end. And that's the basis for these two basic rules.